Yo, what is going on, guys? J.Yumeko here, and today we're back with some more If Your Heart Had Wings. So before we jump into this video, I am going to go over a small little update, so if you guys want to just skip right into the video, you can go to this timestamp right here. So, I just want to let you guys know a couple things. I've started back in school for one. I'm still working, and currently I am only able to use one earmuff on my headset because my other ear, I had some medical stuff going on with that, so I can't like put the earmuff over. So I'm probably I don't know if that's gonna affect how I record or not, but you know, it's a little bit just uncomfortable. But yeah, I'm sorry that I have not been getting videos out to you guys. I've just been busy with so many other things, just a lot of stuff going on. But as you know, for like the 1000th time, I'm gonna at least try to start getting videos out more regularly again. I was doing pretty decent there for a little while, but yeah, life happens, things get in the way, and you gotta prioritize. So yeah, but anyways, where did we leave off last time? I think last time we left off, I think we just kind of had like a little gathering with our old childhood friends, and then we pretty much ended off on the thought that, oh hey, with Kotori, why do I feel comfortable, so strangely comfortable around her? So, but yeah, looks like we're back at the Aeronautics Club, or whatever it is. So, let's jump right back into it. Oh! Amane-senpai was inspecting the parts I'd showed, closely, from every angle. She let out a sigh of admiration. Are these okay? Yes, there's no doubt about it. Glump. Whoa! Thank you! She suddenly hugged me. Ah, again! What's this? What's going on? Thank you, thank you! Amane-senpai pressed and rubbed her forehead against my cheek. Ouch! Hey, it hurts, senpai! I'm not good at expressing my thanks. That's because I'm stupid. Rub rub. It hurts, but it feels nice. Because she was hugging me tightly, just like her forehead, her ample chest was also pressed against me. On top of being beautiful, senpai had a good figure too. Her breasts were bigger than they looked, which, whether I liked it or not, I was made to experience it firsthand. How indecent. What's with that expression? Is he thinking of something dirty? Hey there! Don't just make up whatever! Ugh. It was lunchtime, by the way. I came to the garage with the parts I got from Anchan, and now, slightly bewildered, I was in the middle of her unexpectedly warm welcome. I came here with Habane-san and Ageha had tagged along for some reason. Now I was feeling the pain of their stares. Thank you, thank you, thank you! After I tore myself apart from senpai, which felt like getting away from a playful big dog, I finally gave her the parts. Please, go ahead and use them. Thank you, but you sure got them quickly. My friend works in a workshop that deals with manufacturing and processing special parts. When it comes to such things, he should be able to make almost anything. As for these parts, it seems that Anchan examined the blueprint and made identical copies. Foo, let's go install them right away! Amane-senpai took the parts and walked towards the glider. Phew, that surprised me. Amane-senpai is pretty bold, isn't she? She hugged him the other day too, and this guy just looked delighted. As I thought. Oh, he's a typical guy. Don't say things like that about me. Anyway, why did you come with us? Me? I wanted to see what this thing with Amane-senpai is all about. Besides, it seemed like fun. Abane-san was frowning for a while. She might have been annoyed because someone else found out about our secret place. Or maybe because she likes us. Amane-senpai, like a kid who just got a toy for her birthday, had immediately started installing the parts. Looks like they were a part of a meter that was in the cockpit. She was diligently disassembling mechanical parts inside it. So, this is a glider? Ageha went beside senpai and watched her work. If it doesn't have an engine, does it? How does it fly?
It glides on the wind. But it has to take off first, right? Yes, there's several methods for doing that, but in this case, a winch is used to fly it like a kite. Huh? Something this big?
Yeah. Ageha stared at the aircraft in disbelief. That's what I was thinking. So it's literally just... But first off, that'd have to be a huge winch. You're basically having to pull this thing fast enough to where it can gain lift. That's some heavy duty shit right there. Habane Senpai and I were tirelessly looking at the sleek aircraft, as if appreciating a work of art. Immersed in installing the parts, Amane Senpai seemed to have already forgotten about our existence. It was like when I came here for the first time when I met Senpai.
It'll fly again. It'll fly to the sky with Isuka It will fly to the sky that Isuka spoke of.
Huh? What's the matter?
No, nothing.
Isuka. Excuse me. A female student who looked like an upperclassman came into the garage.
Is Mochizuki-senpai here?
When I tilted my head, wondering who that could be, Ageha whispered to me.
That's the vice president of the student council, Kumoi Akari-san.
Vice president of the student council? What on earth did she want? If you're looking for Amane-senpai... But at that moment, her head was completely buried inside the cockpit. As the vice president saw that, she briskly approached the cockpit and peered inside.
Mochizuki-senpai.
Mochizuki-senpai! She called out in a louder voice, and Senpai finally turned to face her.
Hi, President.
Sorry, Vice President. Her familiar greeting would suggest that they were quite close, I cannot read this shit, holy fuck. But the Vice President didn't seem that way at all. She kept her firm attitude and asked,
What have you done about the matter we've been talking about? The truth is, I still haven't found anyone. So those people aren't with you? They aren't. They just came to deliver some parts.
Amane-senpai answered downheartedly. The Vice President let out a little sigh. I've told you before, if you don't find additional members for the club, it'll have its status revoked.
Huh?
Oops. What did she say? They continued their conversation, leaving us dumbfounded bystanders alone.
But Vice President...
The teachers recognize that this is a special case, but it sets a bad example for the other circles that have a low number of members. If this isn't properly organized as a club at once, revoking its status will be unavoidable. Amane-senpai looked down, greatly perplexed. For some reason, seeing her like that made my chest hurt.
It's fine, what's the big deal?
Suddenly, Habane-san cut into the conversation.
You must be Habane Kotori-san, right?
The fact that the Vice President knew who she was made her flinch slightly, but Habane-san continued speaking nonetheless.
I mean, the teachers said it's fine, didn't they? In that case, you have nothing to complain about. Moreover, Amane-senpai's special, isn't she? She's repeating the same year, or rather, she's in this school to do that. Everyone knows this.
I thought I saw veins appear on the Vice President's forehead as the two of them ranted at her.
For the teachers to interfere in matters pertaining to club activities is a clear infringement on the autonomy of the student council. That is exactly the case in this situation.
She approached one step without hesitation, while Habane-san and Ageha took one back.
There are many circles that want to become clubs but can't. They don't receive a budget, and there are cases where they don't even meet the requirements to be given a clubhouse. Yesterday, the Taiko Drum Study Society applied for a place to practice, but that had to be rejected. When that happened, do you know what they said? How would we know that? The Soaring Club, which has one member, has a big garage to use. Why isn't there a single place where we can practice? Don't you think this was an extremely fair complaint? I think it was. Nevertheless, the ones who had their application rejected obviously won't consent to that, will they?
However, this garage has been used by the Soaring Club a long time ago, since before we were even born. This isn't something that can be ignored. Perhaps that's also the reason why teachers recognize this as a special case. We in the student council respect this fact as well. Evicting Mochizuki-senpai for the sake of some non-serious circle that won't have any satisfactory achievements isn't our intention. That's why. Vice President rapidly turned around, away from Habane-san and Ageha, and faced Amane-senpai, who was listening nervously. We requested that you take immediate action.
If it's about the results of the club's activities, a few days ago the test flight, didn't that take place during lessons? That's outrageous. On the contrary, you should consider that another reason to revoke this club's status.
What? Amane-senpai staggered back from that blow. Well, I guess she has a point, doesn't she? When Habane-san and I saw the glider flying from the windmill hill, it was during school hours.
Do you understand? In order to be recognized as a club, you need at least 4 people. You have to find the remaining 3 members.
Amane-san looked down with a serious expression.
But I'm doing this all for myself, so...
In that case, it cannot be recognized as a club.
Hey. I'll join.
Oh shit. I'll join.
Huh?
I quickly raised my hand and everyone simultaneously looked at me.
You're the boy who transferred here recently. Minase Aoi-kun, right?
The vice president looked at me as if she was evaluating me.
I'll tell you in advance. Ghost members are no good.
I know. That's why I came here today. I've decided this morning... No. Actually, I had already made up in my mind yesterday. I still didn't know much about gliders though. I just thought it would be interesting. Just imagining getting on it and flying through the air made me excited. If Amane-senpai will allow me to join, that is.
Yeah, if you want to join, I wouldn't really mind. However, I'm doing all of this just for myself, you know? I still don't know much about gliders or...
Oh shit. I still don't know much about gliders, or about you, Amane-senpai. But if that's what you want to do, then I'd like to help you. I wonder if she saw me... Wait, let's see. Oh, I stated my reasons. The vice president still didn't look convinced though. I wonder if she saw me as some transfer student who barged in suddenly without even understanding the situation and tried to act like an ally of justice. I can't really deny that this may be partially true.
Well then, I'll join too.
Ageha raised her hands in a really casual manner.
Just.
Even under everyone's looks, Ageha remained aloof.
Is it fine that I'll be a member of the robotics club at the same time, senpai? Yeah, I don't mind.
Ageha, you too?
Well, it looks like fun.
One person left. Everyone's eyes naturally turned towards Habane-san.
What?
Habane-san turned her wheelchair sideways to avoid everyone's glances.
I'm not joining.
When Habane-san said that, Vice President made a relieved, yet slightly disappointed face. You still need one more person. There's no way it can be recognized as a club as things stand now. If it's decided that it can't be allowed, what will happen? First, you'll have to vacate this garage. Amane-senpai made a really troubled face. Well, of course she did. If there's no way to keep this giant glider, then club activities can't continue. Ageha and I will try to find one more person. Could you wait until then?
Very well. I'll wait until Friday. If you can't put your club in order by then, it will be demoted to a circle. You'll no longer be able to use the garage. Is this clear?
Amane-senpai nodded in agreement without much confidence, and the vice president left the garage.
Habane-san, you're not in any clubs, are you? Can we just have your name, only until we find someone else?
I refuse. Habane-san bluntly refused and left the garage, alone.
So it's no use.
We have to do something about it ourselves.
Say, you guys...
Sorry, senpai. We went ahead and joined the argument without your permission.
No, you saved me. If it weren't for you, the club would have been revoked already.
But is it really alright with you? I plan to do that from the start.
Me too. I'm interested in this in more ways than one.
Leave gathering members to us.
Amane-senpai, gather some materials concerning club activities that Vice President will acknowledge.
I'll do it. Is this alright with you?
What is?
Today's the first time you've even been in the garage, right? Even so, you've already become a member.
But it sure looks like fun, doesn't it? And you're here too.
Oh, you.
This thing can fly, right? It's impossible not to be excited.
True. I raised my voice without thinking. I was happy that Ageha felt the same way.
Well, in my case, I'm more interested in making it fly than getting in and flying it myself.
I want to try to fly it. And also, didn't she stay in school all this time and repeat the same year over and over again to do this?
So they say. Amane-senpai doesn't even attend classes. She always stays in the garage.
I don't know if that's true or not, but what I do know is that she's taking this very seriously. There's no way I'll let it all end for some stupid reason like insufficient number of members.
First, we have to find the remaining member.
Let's try asking that guy. A glider? What's that? Sounds kinda interesting.
Doesn't it? So you want to join the club?
But I have my part-time job. Besides, if I get too friendly with you, RH will get jealous, so I'll have to pass.
You'll figure something out. It's fine, she'll never know.
Yes, she will. RH has friends in this school. So don't talk with me too much.
You've been acting like this ever since you got a girlfriend. We're childhood friends, aren't we? What happened to our friendship?
I'm busy with the band, so there's no way. This time we'll be playing live. I'm in the middle of practicing.
You're so cold-hearted.
Why don't you ask him? Aoi, I mean.
I can't ask him, he's already a member.
What? So you guys are hanging out again?
So what? Is there something wrong with that? We want you to join us too.
Who'd want to hang out with this guy?
Ew, gross. Don't spit. Damn it, Mabu, you're such a pain in the butt.
Hey, Ageha.
What?
Well, just this time give it your best shot.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Jeez, just go already. Come on, shoot.
Mabu, you idiot.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, their robotics club doesn't really do too well. She's in the robotics club, but they don't really do all that great, and they keep, like, losing. I think it's something like that.
It was no good.
So it was my fault after all.
No, he's busy with his girlfriend, his part-time job, and his band. This guy really makes the most of his youth. In the past, we used to hang out all the time.
What are you talking about? If Mabu treated us like we were more important to him than his girlfriend, what do you think would happen?
I'm gonna give him the Cobra twist until he cries.
Well, it can't be helped. Next is... Oh, that's right. Hotaru's here too, isn't she? Yes, let's get Hotaru. We went to the first year classroom. When upperclassmen came to visit, there was a strange air of tension in the room.
What's the matter, Ei-chan? Aini?
Oh...
What is it?
No, it's just that this is the first time I've seen you in your uniform. It sure suits you. When I met her yesterday, she was wearing casual clothes. You look so mature. I only said it to tease her. However, she went red like she was on fire or something and got really flustered.
Don't say that, Aini. I don't really look that mature. Ow! Hey, Aoi, don't tease your junior.
Well, I did kind of tease her, but I actually meant what I said, you know.
And that's even worse. Ei-chan looks cuter, doesn't she? Huh? Me? Yeah. Come on, Aini. The uniform suits her better than me. Oh, hardly. Mabu said that I'm a boy on the inside. But her appearance has gotten much cuter, don't you think?
When Hotaru looked at me fixedly with those innocent eyes, I couldn't tell a lie. Yeah, I do think she's gotten cuter.
Owie!
BAM! Ugh! I received an elbow to the ribs. Ouch.
Thanks. I think you've gotten quite handsome yourself, Aoi.
Oh. She said this again in the first year classroom at that. There's no way I wouldn't be embarrassed. The reason why I was looking down was because my ribs hurt, though.
Hey, we didn't come here to talk about that.
Akeha, continuing with the momentum, told Hotaru how we were trying to gather members for the soaring club.
Aoi and Eichan, you've entered the same club? Yes, we have. That's why I wondered if you would like to join too. Well...
Glance. Hotaru sneaked a peek at me.
No, I'd rather not. Why not? I have to help out at home. Aren't you only helping out on Sundays? Yes, but still.
She replied weakly but stubbornly. She might have had her reasons. Okay, we get it, Hotaru. But if you're interested, come anytime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see where she's going with this. She's not going to join because she doesn't want to get in the way of, well, she's obviously trying to hook us and Nageha up, obviously. But it seems like she may or may not have feelings for us herself. That might just be like a running gag between us. But yeah, she's clearly not wanting to join because she doesn't want to get in the middle of our relationship.
It's finished.
Habane-san brought over the cucumber she had crushed into suitably sized pieces using a wooden pestle.
Is it really fine to do it like this?
Yeah, that way it absorbs the flavor a lot better. We're going to use the cucumber to make a salad. When it's crushed, it absorbs the flavor more easily than if it was cut with a knife.
Is there anything else left to do?
I think that's it.
Okay then.
You know...
What?
We still can't find anyone who wants to join the club. We tried all the people we could think of.
I see.
Aren't you more interested in it than we are? That time on Windmill Hill, when we saw the glider flying for the first time. The time she wandered into the garage and saw the real thing up close. The time we made paper airplanes and flew them together. Her eyes were always shining like a child's. I couldn't forget that expression on Habane-san's face. I thought this could be her true expression, even though she usually looked sullen or bored.
If I joined the club, I'd just cause problems.
What do you mean? You wouldn't. Frankly, her joining the club would have been a very welcome development.
But I'll soon be...
She stopped mid-sentence and pushed her wheelchair forward. Hey, can I ask you a question?
No.
Why do you want to drop out?
I said don't ask me! Huh?
Habane-san got taken aback by the situation, by the sudden realization.
It was you after all! You picked up my withdrawal notice!
Withdrawal notice? What's that? Does it taste good? Can we have it with tonight's dinner? I played dumb without hesitation.
Idiot! Moron! Bully! I hope you get stuck in a ditch and die!
With a barrage of sharp parting remarks, Habane-san hurriedly escaped. Classic Habane-san, Ibune-san. Looks like we can't find anyone. It's been 2 days since I joined the Soaring Club. Meanwhile, Ageha and I have been trying to recruit new members whenever we found some spare time. Although everybody was interested, nobody's joined yet.
As I thought, everyone's scared of Amane-senpai, aren't they?
I don't think she's that scary, though.
It's not that. She's just too incredible. Look, Aoi, you've just transferred here, so you don't really know how she is. That girl's a living legend in our school.
I did know she was a legendary level weirdo already.
Also, there are rumors that she's antisocial.
The basis for such rumors wasn't clear, but she didn't have any friends and hardly showed up for classes. She basically shut herself off in the garage. Even when she did come out occasionally, she was always alone and didn't contact anyone. If you look at it like that, she certainly seemed quite antisocial.
The club is led by Amane-senpai, right? I mean, it looks like people are worried that they won't be able to keep up with her. And then there's one other reason.
Ah, that rumor? There's something I learned while we were looking for new members. It's something said only in whispers, like some urban legend.
If you get involved with the soaring club, you attract the attention of Tobioka-sensei.
Is that true?
Who knows? However, it's not impossible.
Tobioka Kujira sensei. His first name meant whale, but he didn't have such a large build as one might imagine. However, it's said that his attitude was exceptionally big. I've seen him before. He was the teacher acting as a moral advisor, the nagging and annoying type. There were a lot of teachers like that at my old school, but here it was a bit of a rarity.
Tobioka-sensei is the advisor for the robotics club.
In other words, the advisor of a Geiha's club.
I've told you before, right? Amane-senpai achieved amazing things in the robotics club in the past.
You mean how she was one step away from the national championship? Ageha nodded.
And also that she lost because she'd pressed the wrong button on the controller.
Since I knew Mochizuka Amane's character to some extent, I can imagine her making such a simple mistake.
There's more to that story. Tobioka-sensei was the advisor of the robotics club at the time as well. When that happened, he was extremely vexed.
Yeah, I guess that must have been frustrating. I would feel the same way if I'd been in that situation.
It seems he was very determined to win the next time, but... Shortly after that, Amane-senpai suddenly quit the robotics club.
Why?
Well, I don't know. According to one theory, she wasn't really into it to begin with. She didn't even care about losing the championship. Since then, Keifu Robotics Club has been living in the glory of the past. Now they fail to achieve decent results.
So you mean that Tobioka-sensei resents Amane-senpai for that? Ageha nodded with a serious expression. That's ridiculous. No, I can't really say that. My last school was good when it came to sports. There was a sports scholarship program and it was important for the school to get results in tournaments. The advisors and directors of each club were evaluated accordingly. At times, even their jobs were at stake. The robotics club is the most popular at this school. Its performance is directly linked with the promotion of the school. So if Tobioka-sensei really held a grudge against Amane-senpai, I couldn't exactly say it was strange. Are you okay with this?
What do you mean?
Well, Tobioka's your advisor, right? Will you be alright with him scowling at you?
He might bug me with snide comments, but if I use earplugs, I'll be fine.
I don't think that's the main problem. Ageha inclined her head.
I know what you're trying to say, Ai. But since there's something more important at stake, it can't be helped.
What's that more important thing?
That's... Oh, it's you two. Minase Aoi-kun and Himega Ageha-san, right?
Hello.
Hello, Vice President. You must be in the middle of gathering new members. It doesn't look like things are going too well, does it?
The Vice President gave me a bitter smile as she made her assumptions.
But, well, if it's just one more member, then one way or another...
I'll tell you this now. Ghost members absolutely won't be accepted. She stated frankly.
Huh? Why's that?
There must be other clubs that have ghost members, right? Why is it only us? When we dared to raise such childish protests, Vice President flashed an angry glare at us.
The other small-scale culture-based clubs are... besides the point. The scale of the soaring club's facilities is just too big. No other club occupies a garage like that. The robotics club uses a huge garage too. It has approximately 60 members, and they have achieved results in national competitions. The one who achieved those results are Amane-senpai though.
The Vice President ignored Ageha's complaints and continued her lecture.
If the Soaring Club were to vacate the garage, clubs like the Light Music Club and the Taiko Drum Study Society would have remodeled it into a practice studio. Others, like the RC Club, Photography Club, or Film Studies Group also would want to use it. If we added a partition inside, then it would have been used by multiple clubs for their activities. If you think about it like that, then there's no way that a club made by gathering ghost members will be accepted.
Ugh.
That's fair, though.
Ageha and I felt small and we looked downwards, embarrassed by raising our childish complaints. However, she let out a little sigh.
If Mochizuki-senpai were to ask, there should be some people who would join her.
In other words, you're not making any unreasonable demands.
Of course not. It's not my intention to get rid of the Soaring Club. This situation sets a bad example for other clubs and I just want to straighten it out.
However, Amane-senpai isn't trying to invite any members herself.
It's really frustrating. You mean that you have no choice but to play the bad guy and give Amane-senpai a big kick in the butt?
I'm not saying I'll go that far.
Is that clear? You have to find proper club members, because ghost members definitely won't be accepted.
Vice President stressed that out and left us.
Akari is strict, but she's a good person, isn't she?
Yeah, she doesn't seem very flexible though. She seems familiar with students' names and profiles, so cheating by only borrowing someone's name probably wouldn't work. But it's a strange story.
What do you mean?
Even though Amane-senpai quickly left the robotics club, she's been staying in the Soaring Club for years, right? To the point of becoming the super repeat student.
Yeah, you've got a point there.
Even so, she isn't trying to get any new members.
Maybe she really is antisocial after all.
The more I knew about the situation, the less I understood it. So what, we've got Amane-senpai who... She made a mistake in the robotics club, left quickly after, and then spent years alone in the Soaring Club. So maybe that might insinuate that something happened in the robotics. It could be a couple things, right? It could be that maybe something happened in the robotics club that maybe made her not want to work with other people. That's a possibility. There could have been something that happened. Because what? She left that and then went into the Soaring Club. We still don't even know why she went into the Soaring Club either, honestly. So really right now, I guess the biggest mystery is just her motives. Because even when we were joining the club, she stressed very heavily that like she was only doing this for herself. So why? What is her motive to go through all this for herself? That's definitely going to be our biggest question here. After school, Geha and I headed to the Soaring Club's garage. After all, we were already members.
I'm sorry, guys.
As soon as she saw us, Amane-senpai bowed her head in apology.
Cut it out, senpai. Yeah, seeing you like this seems to take years off my life. If it won't go well, I'm planning to leave without a fuss. I'm still looking for a new place I can move to, though.
Does that mean you're giving up on the club? Amane-senpai nodded apologetically. Senpai, why don't you look for new members yourself?
I'm only doing this for myself, so I don't have any reason to involve other people.
Is that really what she thinks? Is that because you don't want to let anyone else come near this place? If so, then
No, that's not it! People are always welcome to come and take a look.
But how about becoming members?
I don't know. I understand that if I don't find anyone, I won't be able to stay here. And that would be a big problem. But as for what I should do, I still haven't found the answer.
Senpai looked really distressed and depressed. If we kept asking any more questions, we'd be just pointlessly cornering her. And by the way, Senpai, what are you planning to do after building the glider?
Enter a competition?
We could use club's objectives as a material for our recruitment drive. As far as the quick check that we did goes, apparently there were competitions for gliders too.
Competition? No, I'm not planning to enter anything like that.
So what are you gonna do?
There's a place I want to go.
A faint smile crossed Amane-senpai's face, as if she was about to start telling a nostalgic story. A place you want to go?
That's what Itsuka said. Isuka said. Once the glide is complete, we could go there.
Isuka? She said that name before. It'll fly to the sky that Isuka spoke of. Amane-senpai, immersed in memories, looked at the photo frame on the desk. the frame without a photo. She looked like she'd gone into her own little world, and it didn't seem like we could ask her any more questions.
Well then, we'll be off.
To search for people who might join the club. Whatever Anti-senpai finds, avoiding revocation of the club's status was the top priority right now.
I'm sorry. Don't mention it. Please prepare a summary of the club's achievements instead. Yeah, got it.
It was past 9 o'clock at night. In the kitchen, I was washing 5 people's worth of dishes. Habane-san didn't show up for dinner or to help prepare beforehand. She was shut away in her room. Just in case, I put her dinner in the fridge. If she gets hungry, she can eat it whenever she wants. Maybe she's feeling down. Why does she want to drop out of school? Was it because of what Ageha said? That she was being antagonized by the girls in class? Or maybe because the lessons were boring? Or could she have a reason I didn't know about? There must be something. Perhaps even she herself didn't fully understand it. I, of all people, can't really say anything here. I didn't think that anyone would understand the real reason I came back to this town. To be honest, I still haven't sorted it all out myself. As I got into a somewhat gloomy mood, a sound of quick footsteps echoed throughout the hallway. Kanako-san.
I couldn't do something. What is it? Could it be that you were attacked by a pervert?
I kept my back to her, but when I was asking that questions, my eyes unintentionally wandered in her direction.
No, it's Kotarine.
Huh? Was she undressed by Habane-san? No, that can't be it.
She said she was having a bath by herself and she won't listen to me.
If she just wants to take a bath.
That's not it. She said she's going to get into the bathtub.
Into the bathtub? There was a wheelchair in our bath's dressing room. Habane-san was using it exclusively for baths. She always relied on it when she was taking a shower. I've never seen her do that, of course. She couldn't enter the bathtub in the wheelchair, though. In order to get into the bathtub, she needed someone's assistance.
Her older sister hasn't been coming here lately, you know? She said she couldn't wait any longer.
From what I heard, it seemed that Habane-san had an older sister. When her sister comes here, only then do they get into the bathtub together. However, she hadn't come around here recently. At least not since I'd become the dorm mother.
Oh, give me a break already. Every day I only use a shower, so I felt like getting to a bath. And that's why I asked you to just let me in. No way, that's sexual harassment. Get lost. And thus I have to ask you, dorm mother, help her into the bath.
What? Unwilling to accompany me, Kanako-san left me all by myself.
Hey, wait!
Left alone, I faced Habane-san for the first time. Oh, for the time being. Alright, shall I help you get in? Yeah, that's the reaction I expected. She glared at me with a dreadful expression.
I can get in the bath myself.
Yeah, but... hold on! Habane-san entered the dressing room and closed the door. Given the situation, I couldn't exactly go barging in there. If you have any problems, call me right away.
I won't let you peek,
she replied in a scary voice. It couldn't be helped, so I was waiting outside. I sat down in front of the dressing room door like a guard. It was pretty trivial, but being the only guy in a girl's dormitory made taking baths inconvenient. I was the only one who had a set time. That's why I wouldn't have any excuses if I carelessly ran into any of them in there. I could hear a faint sound of the shower from the bathroom. She was probably washing herself off before getting into the bath. I could hear the sound of water slightly splashing. I got kind of excited. The limited information I got from just the sound actually stirred up my imagination. I got strongly conscious of the fact that Habane-san was taking a bath. Wait, what am I thinking? If she knew what I was imagining, she'd probably try to tear me apart limb from limb. As I tried to clear those thoughts from my head, splash! I got up reflexively, opened the dressing room door, and dashed inside.
Oof, fuck!
Are you okay? I jumped into the bathtub and caught Habane-san, who was struggling and wriggling, stirring the hot water with her hands. I lifted her in my arms. Hey, hang in there! Habane-san! Habane-san was still panicking and desperately clung to me when I was helping her sit up. It's okay, you're safe now. Habane-san looked at me. It looked like she didn't know who or what she was clinging to. It's alright. Everything's fine now.
Yeah.
Habane-san nodded weakly while still clinging to me tightly. I stayed like this for a short while to calm her down. Suddenly, we both realized what we had failed to notice earlier. Yada! Okay, so, I guess that did bring back the 18 plus stuff now, didn't it? Habane-san was stark naked, and I was embracing her. Eek! I'm sorry. We didn't know what to do for a moment, but since she couldn't exactly kick me out, we kept holding on to each other for now. Well... Trying to hide her chest, Habane-san stuck even closer to me. Don't worry, I'm not looking. Habane-san went bright red and looked like she was about to cry. I'll go now, sorry. I tried to put Habane-san down on the floor. I thought that if I went and called Kaneko-san, everything would be settled.
Don't go. Squeeze.
She clung to me weakly yet desperately. But...
I'm embarrassed, but please.
Habane-san's hands were trembling faintly. I remember that time when we first met on Windmill Hill. Alright. When I nodded, her shaking seemed to have settled a little.
Thank you.
We stayed like this for a while. Then Kaneko-san suddenly peeked into the bathroom.
I heard a big noise. What happened?
Well, this and that. This was the result of ignoring Kaneko-san's advice. But I just couldn't say something like that in front of the teary-eyed, trembling Habane-san. I'd feel really bad for her. It seemed that Kaneko-san also sympathized with her. Could you get a bath towel?
Yep.
Then could you cover Habane-san up?
Yep.
While Kaneko was putting the towel around her, Habane-san was quietly clinging to me. Afterwards, she obediently got into the bath with Kaneko-san. Kaneko-san also refrained from unnecessary jabs and was more worried about calming Habane-san down. While I was doing the dorm mother's jobs in the kitchen, Kotori had gotten out of the bath and came to see me. She was pretty embarrassed.
Thanks for just now.
Well, don't mention it. I stopped myself from saying something like, that's another one of the dorm mother's jobs. Being a dorm mother wasn't a reason why I did that just now.
You must have been shocked that I can't even get into the bath by myself.
Well, I didn't know how to answer. Habane-san left me and went back to her room. Damn.
Hello, Oni-chan? No, it's nothing. I'm not crying. You see, it's that thing we were talking about earlier, about the school? Yeah. I've made up my mind.
Ooh, what is this that she's made up in her mind? We'll go ahead and stop it there for today. Okay, so like I mentioned a couple of episodes ago that I was looking into it and it seemed as though, from what I heard, the Steam patch of this game was actually pretty much stripped of all the like 18 plus scenes. Let's see if I can go back and find that. Let's see here. Okay, so basically it seemed like that was the case, that all the 18 plus scenes had been removed. So I did a lot of digging, and I found a patch made by some dedicated folks who I'm pretty sure both did a retranslation of the game, because apparently in the base game or the Steam patch version, the text just got like so incredibly bad later on that it was unintelligible. So supposedly this patch is supposed to fix the translation and also bring back some of the 18 plus scenes. So there's that. And I just want to give a shout out to who's the guy? It was Brian, or Brain, I guess is how his name is, 554. So he's the one who actually brought this to my attention. So thank you very much for that. We got to enjoy that today. At least I did. I got to enjoy the full thing today. But yeah, so talk about some serious... I mean, that's what the second episode in a row now where we've kind of had this end of day, end of episode moment with Kotori. So clearly that's who we're gonna end up with, I guess. That's another kind of question I have. I don't really know if this game is like just a story game or if it's like a choose your path kind of deal. So far it seems like it's just a normal like linear visual novel, so I'm not entirely sure. I do know that they have a fan disc called Flight Diary, and that one is supposed to be like more of a actual, you know, choose your girl, go down their path and yada 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 deal. But yeah, so there's that. But that's going to be it for this time. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and tell me in the comment section below what you'd like to see me play next. If you enjoyed this video or any other videos or series on my channel, then I highly recommend that you hit the subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified when any one of those videos comes out. Anyways, that's it from me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.